What's going on, folks? This is Jeremy with Care Services and Blamo Tutorials. Coming back at you again. Had some time off, deleted our old YouTube account. Now we are creating tutorials again, uh, simply because there's a lot of people that ask me questions and I'm getting tired of doing the same question over and over and over. It'd be easier just to make a tutorial, let them watch it, and then if they got questions after that, they can hit me up on details. Uh, Basically, all you're looking at here is, yes, a crappy photo. It's just something simple I took with my phone. Uh, the normal photo is actually right here. Alright, so the point of it is that with my photography business, I took a photo. I put a nice vignette. I changed it and desaturated the color. Actually, I made it more of a sepia tone. So I took the color and or the photo, and made it a sepia, done some vignetting, and then I took a scratch effect, all this stuff. I'm not getting into all that, but she'd ask, how did I do the color pop? Well, the color pop is like here. You got a black and white photo, colors popping out. Alright, so very simple. We'll go ahead and show you that. What I've got is the picture here. And actually I forgot that I'd already made a copy. But we'll delete this and we'll do it again. Two ways to do this. Right click on it, duplicate layer. You can do that right there. Or drag it down here, something like that. Control J will do it. So there's three ways to do it. There you go. Alright, so take our copied layer right here, and the easiest way to do this for the sake of the tutorial is we're just going to desaturate it. You can do this in many ways. Go to Image, Adjustments. Now this is CS5. Photoshop CS5. Let me go ahead and tell you that. But this is something that can be done in any imaging program. For my old business, I had Corel, so I used Corel to do this as well for stuff that I was doing. Uh, so Corel will work, and all the lower versions of Photoshop as well. But any photo editing software will do this, and well, the ones I've used. Anyway, let's desaturate. So you can do this image adjustments and wherever it is in Corel Draw. I forget the file menus on that one, but or Corel Photo. On this one, you can do one of two ways. You can come here and you can do the black and white and completely convert this to black and white, adjust it to a perfect tone, which I recommend, but for the sake of the tutorial, we're just going to desaturate it. So here we have a desaturated photo, and I want to make some color pop, so I'm going to come back over here to my panel, and I'm going to come down here to where it's this little thing here for a layer mask. I'm going to click that, and now we have a layer mask. If I click off, so see, now it's not deselected. Make sure that this is selected. Make sure this is selected so that you're painting on the layer mask and not the layer itself. Now what you want to do is there's one or two ways. You got on and off. On is white, which means you're painting on, which means you're leaving the color that's there. So if you make a mistake, you can go back and erase that. Or by hitting X, what I'm going to do is right here is I'm going to go my foreground background colors and change those. X. Or you can come right here and change it here. Basically what you need is you need black to erase from this layer and go to the background. So we want X to be on our foreground here, and you can do it with a paintbrush. Very simple. One thing I love to do if I'm going to do it is, go ahead and get rid of that. Control Alt Z will undo many steps. You can go up to the history panel, and go back in your history there. But what I like to do is because it is shapes, so you got all these shapes here that you can use. Grab a rectangle tool for this one, since we're using squares and rectangles. And as long as you've got the black, and you can actually alter this and do weird little things, or you can actually just trace out the photo, the squares, and just do these squares. So let's screw up right there. Okay, so we screwed up right here, and I want to correct that. This goes back to the on-off that I was just talking about. I'm gonna use let's use a rectangle. It'll work. So over here, I'm going to switch back from black to white. So you can hit this again, or while you're working, learn your short commands. Just hit X right there, and then you can come down and erase it. You don't like this one, you don't like that, you don't like that. You know, you want to come over here and grab, let's do a custom shape. That'd be pretty kick-ass, right? I've got some stuff that I've already got, so you may not have these. Just a pretty cool little shapes that they got. Let's just use a little banner right there. Yeah, see? Very simple. So, I mean, there's so much you can do with this. Spend time, make sure that the intricacies of it are good. I would never put something like this, and sure as hell would never put something like this with this stuff. Well, here's one for Kare photography. What I'm going to do is I've already copied the layer. I'm going to come down here, hit layer mask. Now what I want to do is get the yellow of the daisy to pop out. Well, using white leaves, you have a lot more room to play. So I can circle a whole big thing of it right there and then be fine. And then here, I forgot to switch my foreground, guys. I hope you noticed that mistake. Happens to everybody. But here, and you can't tell, come up here. And I'm going to screw this one up so you can see that little corner right there. I'm going to hit Z for zoom. I'm going to drag me a little box right there so I can zoom in. You can hit B, go back to your brush tool right here. I'm using a very feathered brush. The hardness is at 0. That way I can get in here and I can see what happens right there. It leaves that little edge right there. Feathered is good because it allows you to, make a little mistake. And look right here. Do you see this? Right there where the hand tool is. I'm going to go ahead and hit V for my pointer tool. Right here was a little bit where the leaf had lifted. But zoomed in, you can see this color right here. I am not a fan of that, so I'm going to hit my B to get my brush back. I'm going to hit X to go back to white. And I am going to erase that. I may not like that, sorry. And the same thing, if you hold your space bar, you can actually pan around on the zoom in, which actually comes in handy. But here you see it happened again. I do not like that. I'm anal like that, I'm telling you. Now I'm going to go back to that. So, short and sweet, guys. I mean, that's how I do a color pop. I hope that answers some questions. If it's, if I rambled a little bit. It's been a while since I've done a tutorial, so I'll get back to the use of things, and I'll speed through it from here on out. But as long as you can get a little bit of the whole, color pop, easy tool, guys. Make some awesome effects, especially for like wedding photography. Got the little bridesmaid girls, the flower girls, get their little veils or their little bustiers and color those out, Same thing with the bride. I mean, if she's got flowers, color the flowers and desaturate everything else. So it makes for some pretty awesome stuff, and it's a very easy tool. So there you go. Now you know. Alright, being that this is my first tutorial back in the swing of things, comment, rate, subscribe, the whole drill. And if you got any questions, you want to hit me up, go to kareservices.com, Kare with a K. Getting ready to redo the site, send me a message. If there's something you want to learn, Flash, PHP, whatever it is, just let me know, and if I get some time, I'll try to do it for you. But if not, it's been real, guys. Have a good night.